Everyone, it's your IAM team here. We are in your living room with magician and successful entrepreneur Rylan Schwarze, also known as Ry Guy Magic. For the past 7 years, Rylan has been entertaining audiences of all ages. He performed magic and circus stage shows across the provinces of Ontario and Quebec, Canada. He also won a few awards such as first place in Bishop's University competition and has also won the Central Canada 2014 Student Entrepreneur of the Year and is a member of the acclaimed International Brotherhood of Magicians. Thank you so much for coming on tonight, Rylan. It's such an honor.
Yeah, no problem. I'm really excited to talk to you all and meet everybody here. It should be a fun little time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So, what inspired you to become a magician and circus act?
Well, when I was about 5 years old, I got on stage with a magician at a theme park in Lake George, New York. And when I was there, I got up on stage, he put a top hat on me, put a cape around my neck, and I don't really remember what happened. I was too young, but we did some magic together, and the bug kind of bit me. And so as I was growing up, I always knew a couple little tricks, not very good ones, but I would show them to my mom once in a while. And when I was 13 years old, I read an autobiography of today's most famous international magician. He goes by the stage name Criss Angel. And he was really breaking out at the time. He had a TV show on A&E called Mind Freak, and so he launched a book about his life. And I read that book, and it just really inspired me to take what I had always done as a hobby and start applying it and actually see if I could go out and perform for other people other than my mom and dad. So that was really what got me into it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love Criss Angel.
Yeah,
No, he's a really cool guy. Actually, about 3 years ago, I was in Las Vegas on vacation, and we went and saw his live show, which is in partnership with Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas, called Believe, and it was really crazy because he picked me on stage to be a volunteer with him. So actually,
Wow.
he was my idol, and about 4 years after I got into it, I got to meet him, which was super awesome.
Great.
So how do you juggle being a college student and magician at the same time?
Ooh, I can tell you that's tough. I mean, being a magician, the nice thing about it is that you can kind of do magic anywhere. So even when I'm at university, if I go out to a party or something like that, I'm always there with my deck of cards doing magic. Everyone always wants to see something, so I can incorporate the two. I'd say the toughest part is actually being a business owner while being in college. Because I have to constantly be, not only performing, but also booking in shows and advertising and working on new materials and preparing for the summer when I do most of my shows and things like that. So it's balancing that side of actually running a business and making sure that you've got all the necessary equipment and everything ready for when you hit the summer, while also doing exams and studying and assignments and things like that. So it's pretty busy for sure.
So when and where was your first real performance?
I was 13 years old, and my sister, my older sister, she played on a women's hockey team. Ice hockey is really big here in Canada, so she played. And one of the ladies on her team, she was having her son's 5th birthday party. And so she lived about a block away from my house, and so what I did is I got an ironing board, my mom's ironing board, and threw an old tablecloth over it, and then filled up a little suitcase, a bunch of full of little magic props, and wheeled down the street carrying the ironing board in the suitcase, and did a 5-year-old birthday party. It was probably about I'm going to say a 20-minute show maybe. It was probably really bad, but that was my first real thing. And the kids had a lot of fun. So.
Great.
Speaking about performing, what is your favorite thing about it?
Definitely the audience reactions. That's kind of what I live for. That moment when you do something, and whether it's a circus trick where people are like, "Wow, like that's crazy," like obviously that's really difficult to do. It takes a lot of practice. Or if it's a magic effect where they don't know how they did it, and they're in awe, they're gasping, or they're laughing because you did something really funny, or they're looking at you like, "How did you do that?" Like that audience reaction is kind of, I guess the what I got into performing for, and over the years, as I've been able to do larger crowds and do some more entertaining things, add variety into it, the audience reactions only get like bigger and better. So it just kind of motivates me to keep going.
What is the most dangerous act you've ever done?
The most dangerous. Well, I can tell you this. A lot of the things that I do are dangerous, so don't ever try some of the stuff you see me do. You ever watch some of my videos or see one of my shows, there's some dangerous stuff. I guess it depends what kind of danger you're talking. In terms of like bodily danger, like my entire body, I've done some pretty dangerous things. I mean, I juggle flaming torches in my shows.
Wow.
So that's pretty dangerous. One time, actually this past summer, a torch landed on my arm and burned all my hair here, which I mean, it didn't look too good, but you know, for the audience, it was all right. I recovered, luckily. I didn't drop it; it just hit my arm, so that was pretty dangerous. I recently learned a new sideshow thing, which I incorporate with magic, and that's walking and jumping barefoot on broken glass.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I do a straight jacket escape on that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So that's very dangerous. I've cut my feet multiple times doing that, and it's pretty painful. So yeah, that's for the body. In terms of danger, like that, I guess that's my bigger body. But I actually do one that hopefully wouldn't actually hurt me, but it is indeed probably the most dangerous thing that I do. And it's kind of a Russian roulette routine, if you guys know what that is, where you're kind of playing a game of chance. And I have this big metal spike, probably about that big, so like 3-4 inches, and it's just like almost like a knife. And then it's attached to like this wooden base, and there's 4 of these bases, but only one of them has the spike. And so then what happens is the audience member, the volunteer, comes up and they cover all of the 4 bases with cups, and then they mix up the bases. So I don't know where the spike is. And then what I do is I do a whole mind reading thing, and I smash my hand down on 3 of the cups, and hopefully I don't smash the one with the spike.
Oh
So
my gosh.
it's very dangerous to do. Luckily, I've never messed up. I've only done it a few times so far. But if I would mess up, then that would be going right through my hand, and I'd 100% be in the hospital. So that's probably the most dangerous.
Wow, that's great. So if you weren't performing, what else do you think you'll be doing?
Well, I've always been interested in sort of like film, I guess, and you know, making videos, things like that. I've made YouTube videos before. I've made videos with my friends. I've recorded other entertainers and stuff and made promo videos for them. So I would probably be working maybe as like a cameraman or something, maybe in television or on a movie set or something. I think that would be really cool.
Awesome. So, how do you define magic, and what does it mean to you now as a young magician opposed to previous generation?
Yeah, well, magic is, I mean, it's a very broad thing. When people think of magic, you know, they think of guys pulling rabbits out of top hats, or, you know, cutting a woman in half on stage with the big fancy lights and wearing a cape and all that. I think that's kind of the old school classical thinking of magic. So for me, I kind of want to put a modern spin, I guess, on magic. You know, I want to do something that I know myself, you know, at 20 years old, that I would want to see, that I think would be like, wow, that's cool to watch, you know? So I guess that's kind of my take on magic, is making it more modern, making it more relevant to, you know, today's society. And I'd say that the actual definition for magic for me is anything that appears as an illusion. So what that means is really anything that, you know, you think is impossible, but somehow a magician finds a way to make it possible. So anything is possible, whether it's an illusion, whether it's, you know, doing some kind of secret maneuvers, anything to kind of make you believe that what you thought could never be done could actually be done. So I think that's what magic is.
That's a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you get nervous before your shows, and if so, how do you get over it?
Well, I used to get really nervous, I can tell you that. When I was younger, before a show, you know, I'd be sweating like crazy, everything. I would be practicing with my cards backstage, fiddling, dropping them, being all nervous. But throughout the years, I've definitely been able to calm my nerves, and I still get nervous once in a while, especially when I'm debuting new material that I've never performed before, because you can always improve, you can always work on things, and with magic, it's not like any other art form. Really, you're doing something in front of an audience, and even though you're showing them, you're hoping that what you're doing they don't see technically, or else the magic effect isn't going to work, So it's I get nervous when I have to debut new material, but as soon as I get one presentation under my belt and I see the audience reactions, after then I'm usually pretty good to go, and I just get more excited for shows than I do nervous.
That's awesome. So where would you like to see your company grow in the next 3 years?
Well, I still have one more year left of university before I graduate, so I'm still going to kind of run my business well in school, kind of like how we talked about earlier, but after then I'd actually like to travel around the world a little bit and do shows internationally. I've already got asked to potentially do 3 months worth of shows in Dubai, which is pretty crazy. I'd like to maybe tour Australia a bit. They have a really good festival circuit down there. So I'd be able to go down and do a bunch of street festivals and meet other entertainers, and I would go during Canada's winter, which is super cold, and at the same time it's Australia's summer, which is super warm, so that doesn't hurt at all. And then probably in 3 years, at that point, I'd like to be getting into theater gigs, doing like colleges and universities throughout the United States, different theaters, things like that, because at that point I think I'll have enough international experience that I'll be able to go to a theater and do an hour-and-a-half show and really, rock it out and hopefully sell out a theater or a college or university show.
That's a really great plan.
Hopefully it works.
Yeah, just had to put your mind to it. So, the moment we've all been waiting for, do you mind showing us a few tricks up your sleeve?
Yeah, well, I can tell you I don't have anything up my sleeve. That's why I'm wearing
I know that.
But no, absolutely. Yeah. I can show you a couple things. One of the cool things that I thought would be interesting would be if I could kind of use you guys a little bit. So I'm going to try and do something first of all, just to warm you up, all right?
Okay.
What I got here is a bill. Now, it's a Canadian $5 bill. It's blue. You guys can see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the bill, all right? And each time that I fold it, I want all 3 of you together, if you can kind of judge it, I want you all to count how many times the bill has folded out loud, okay?
Okay.
All right, you got that? So here we go. We'll start off easy. Nothing in my hand. It's just
Cool, that is.
$5 bill, all right? So here we go. We'll take the $5 bill, do it nice and slow for you. We'll fold it in half.
1.
That wasn't unison, but that's okay, as long as you can. Perfect. Here we go. I'll take the $5 bill. I'll fold it in half.
2.
2,
2, there we go. Perfect. I'll take the bill. I'll fold it in half.
3.
3,
3, that's right. And I'll take the bill. I'll fold it one more time in half.
4.
4,
Oh, there you go. So the $5 bill's been folded 4 times, yeah?
Yes.
All right. Now I'm going to unfold the bill, and I'm going to count, and you can count along with me. Watch closely. As I go to unfold the $5 bill, I'll unfold it once. I'll unfold the $5 bill twice. I'll unfold the $5 bill 3 times.
Are you kidding me?
I'll unfold it 4 times. And instantly it changes into $50.
Oh my gosh.
So freaking awesome.
that is so cool.
Yeah, I know. That's the cool thing about magic. If you ever want to make some money, you can just do that. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, I feel like my mind has been like a different place right now. Like, oh my gosh.
Wow, that is so cool.
I love Canadian.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, well, that's just our warm up, though. I think I got another one here if you guys want to see one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'm just gonna grab a table here. I got a table off to the side, and as I said earlier, I probably just have to tilt the screen down just a little bit, just so you guys can see here. We'll move it forward.
Oh my god, I can't believe that this is happening.
Let's tilt it back a little bit so you can still see me. Maybe I'll tilt it like that. There we go. You guys can still see me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, awesome. So what I've got here is actually a deck of cards. You guys are all familiar with a deck of cards, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And I also have this envelope right here. Now, I signed it just on the front there with my Ryguy logo. I'm going to leave the envelope sealed. I'm just going to place it right there on the table, and I'm not going to touch it again until the end, all right? Now, as I said, I've got the deck of cards. I'll take the cards out of the box, and I need to use one of you as my volunteer. Which one of you wants to help me out?
Victoria, go for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Victoria? All right, Victoria. Awesome. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys here that all of these cards in this deck are all different. Victoria, you can see that, right?
Yes.
All right, we've got the 4 suits, the clubs, spades, the hearts, and the diamonds. 52 different cards. Now, Victoria, I'm going to shuffle the cards just so you know that they're not in any particular order. I'll shuffle them just like so.
Okay.
And Victoria, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal cards down onto the table, okay? I'm going to deal them one by one. And at any point you want, Victoria, you can say stop, okay? It doesn't matter when, all right? All I'll do is I'll deal cards down just like so, one by one, onto the table.
Okay.
And if you want to go for a long time, you can go for a long time. If you want to go short, just whenever you feel like you want to say stop, you just say stop.
Stop.
Right there. Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Now, Victoria, I'm going to give you one extra choice here. I was about to deal this card. I want to know, do you want me to deal this card down, or do you want me to leave it up on the rest of the pack?
Okay, go ahead. You can deal it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So, Victoria, if I'm kind of measuring it up, it looks like you've probably dealt about 1/3 of the cards or so. I just marked the spot there with the card box, but let's say I kept dealing, okay? You probably got about 2/3 of the deck. I just want to show you that you could have landed on this card here, which is the 9 of clubs. You could have kept going and landed on this one, the Queen of clubs. You had to kept going, you would have landed on, the king or the jack, whatever, the 4 of diamonds. You literally, if you had kept going, Victoria, you could have landed on any one of these random cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, perfect. Now, there's also the cards beforehand, before your card, before you said stop. So I'm just going to take the one card there, Victoria, the last one you stopped on. I'm going to put it right over there for a second. And I want to show you what you would have picked if you had stopped earlier. So we've got here like the 9 of diamonds you could have picked. We've got the 3 of diamonds. We've got the 6 of hearts. Victoria, if you had stopped earlier, you could have got any one of these random cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. And I just want to make sure, Victoria, I didn't tell you when to stop. You had a completely free choice, that's right? All right. Now, the cool part is, as I said, before this even started, and I had this envelope, which I placed right there. It's been in full view. And inside of this envelope, Victoria, is my prediction. Okay? Now, I'm going to take my prediction out. I'll go nice and close here so you can see me opening up the envelope. Just like so. And you can see there's a piece of paper in there. One piece of paper. I'm going to remove the piece of paper. I'll put it right here. And I want to show you that if I open the envelope, I rip it open, there's nothing else inside. Literally, just the one piece of paper, yeah? Okay. Victoria, you stopped at one card, and you don't know what that card is. You haven't looked at it yet, right?
Nope.
No? I'm going to open my prediction. And what's cool is actually before we even started this interview, if you go on Twitter and you look up @RyGuyMagic or @IAAM, you'll see that I tweeted a prediction. And you guys can go look that up whenever you want. But my prediction here is this. The 2 of diamonds. And look, Victoria, hopefully this card that you stopped at 52 random shuffled cards was the 2 of diamonds.
Oh my gosh!
There we go. Yeah, check it out on Twitter. Just look up @RyGuyMagic or @IAAM, and you guys will see that I tweeted you before the season started. I kind of had a premonition about what you might pick, and luckily I got it right.
That is so
Well,
cool.
that's your nice enough to tell us your secret.
A magician never reveals his secret.
Yeah. Well, moving on to our next topic, I see you do have a really great sense of style while you're performing in your videos. So Tabitha's going to open up with that.
From your perspective, how do you describe fashion?
Fashion. Um, Honestly, I would say fashion is whatever feels comfortable for you. I mean, I've got an interesting fashion sense, I guess. Everyone kind of knows that I like to wear color. You know, that's why I have like a yellow shirt and an orange watch and all that. It's, you know, I'm not black and white. But whatever you feel comfortable in, whatever kind of suits your style, that's what I describe fashion as.
Great.
Answer.
So how does your personality and magic translate into your style?
Well, my magic is very interactive. It's very fun. That's kind of, you know, my personality, I guess. And so I think my style is also that kind of image. You know, I usually try and appear pretty approachable, so anyone can come and, you know, feel like they can just have a conversation with me, and I'm not going to be like some scary, you know, person to talk to or anything. So I just guess very friendly, very open, so that anyone can come up to me at any time.
So, how does your everyday style differentiate from your performance style?
Well, when I do stage shows, I actually have a little bit more of a costume that I wear. Right now, I usually wear a vest and a white button-up shirt, but I leave it unbuttoned at the top just a little bit. But it kind of looks like a modern style, but very professional still.
Mm-hmm.
I used to wear just t-shirts and shorts with a vest, but I found that as my shows kind of matured and they got better, and I got a little bit older, I needed to also appear more professional. And so that's kind of my costume style. But whenever I'm just walking around, I don't usually wear the vest or anything. You know, I still wear the colors, but I don't go as professional. I just kind of go more casual.
Okay. Now, time for some fun questions.
Favorite TV show?
Big Bang Theory.
Favorite hobby?
Either playing music, I play the guitar and the drums, or playing ice hockey.
Favorite sports team?
The NHL team, the Ottawa Senators.
Favorite music icon?
Owl City.
Jeans or khakis?
Are sweatpants an option?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, sweatpants. I love sweatpants. It's so comfy.
Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence or Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Lawrence, absolutely.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure?
Ooh, guilty pleasure. I'll have to admit I'm a little bit of a junk food addict sometimes. So yeah, probably the sweets and like the chips and stuff.
Okay, well, speaking of favorite food.
I like a lot of different kinds of foods. Probably fettuccine alfredo.
Ooh, so good.
Yeah, with the white sauce and everything. Really.
Go-to karaoke song?
It's a little embarrassing, but "You Belong with Me" by Taylor Swift.
I like that song. Don't be ashamed.
Yeah, I mean she's one of my favorite artists, but I know all the words to that song. I could sing it in my sleep.
Who doesn't?
I know, it's so easy to remember.
Absolutely.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Beach resort or ski resort?
Well, coming from Canada, I would have to say ski resort. I do like hitting up the mountains in the winter.
Favorite quote?
Ooh, there's a lot of quotes that I like. Probably my favorite quote comes from Chris Angel, and he said, "Reality is just an illusion." And I think that's, if you think about it, it's pretty cool. It's pretty true. You know, you can have like something that you think is, you know, legit. You think this is what your life is. You know this person, or this is where you're going to be in 5 years. But then all of a sudden, one thing can happen, and everything can change. So you never really know.
It's a good one.
Okay, before we wrap up, how about an encore performance?
Encore performance.
Yay!
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I'll try something here. I actually am launching a brand new stage show this summer, which I'm super excited about. It's called Adrenaline, and it's kind of, I guess it's for an older audience. You know, it's for older teenagers and young adults, and it's really kind of pushing the boundaries of what your body and your mind are capable of when they work together. So I thought I'd actually debut something right now, brand new, that I've never performed for anyone. So you guys will be the first ones to ever see it, and it's probably going to be part of my Rylan show. You want to see it?
Yes!
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, now I'll see. Hopefully you guys can see clearly. If not, just let me know. But I've got here a bowl, and I don't know if you can see that, but there are actually a bunch of popcorn kernels in there. As I said, I like to snack on some junk food once in a while, so I ate a bowl of popcorn earlier. But what I'm going to do is take out of the bowl here 3 popcorn kernels. So maybe I'll just stand up here so you can see a little better. So we got 1 kernel right there, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
1. And we've got 2, and I'll take a 3rd one there. 3. So 3 popcorn kernels. You guys can see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and do something involving my body and these popcorn kernels. So what I'll do first of all is I'll take one of the kernels and I'll put it into my mouth. Now, what I'm going to do is just kind of get it a little wet. It's a little gross, but there we go. Just kind of get a little wet with a little bit of spit. I'll put it back in my hand here. And now I need to actually get another part of my body wet, so I'm just going to lick my fingers, just like this, and just kind of get my nose a little wet.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, it's a little weird, but the reason I do that is it lubricates my face. So what I'll do is I'll take one of the kernels, and I'll go to the nose there. And
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so now we've got 2 kernels. We'll take one of them. We'll lubricate it, like so. And once again, I'm just gonna lick my fingers, and I'll get the other one a little wet. The other nose there. There we go. Now here we go. I'm gonna take the second kernel here. And
Oh my god.
there we go. We got 1 kernel left. Now before we get to the last one, obviously those kernels are up in my nose, and I'm going to see if I can kind of get them down. I'm going to kind of just see if I can get them transferred kind of from my nose and down my nasal cavity kind of towards my mouth. You know, like when you take a piece of spaghetti and you kind of eat it and then you choke and it comes out your nose? Yeah. I'm going to try and do that with the popcorn kernel. So here we go. A little gross, but I also have this glass here, this empty glass. I'm just going to use that to put the kernels in if it works. So here we go. Kernel number 1. There's kernel number 1.
Oh my god.
Alright, we'll go for number 2 now. This one's a little bit harder because the left nostril is actually a little bit smaller than the right nostril. Like when you go to get an IV or anything in the hospital and they have to put tubes in your nose, they usually put the thicker tube in the right one. So this one's a little bit harder. Here we go, try it. There we go.
Wow.
We got the 2. But that leaves us with 1 more, right? Now, this last one's a little bit different, so I want you to pay attention closely. I'll take the kernel. Once again, I got to lubricate it. Perfect. Put it back. And this time, I'm actually going to try and reverse the process. So last time it went with gravity. It went from my nose down my body towards my mouth. This time I'm going to try and reverse it by doing the other way, okay? So here we go. Last time. Goes in the mouth. I'm going to try and bring it up. Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I don't think I can look at this anymore.
You guys see that? Right out of my eye.
You, oh my god, are unbelievable.
Oh my god. How does that even happen?
It must be magic.
How does it fit in the eye?
Thank you so much, guys.
Wow, that was incredible.
So now for a few more questions. How do you get into the private magic society?
Yeah, well, I'm actually a member of the largest private magic society in the world. It's called the International Brotherhood of Magicians, or IBM for short, not the computer company, but it's a really, really prestigious magic organization. And so when I was, I'm going to say 14, I think, about a year and a half after I started doing shows, I was performing at my local library in my hometown, and there was probably about 75 people there. And I did my show, and afterwards an old man came up to me, probably about 85 years old, and he shook my hand and said, "Oh, you had a great show. I really enjoyed it." And I was like, "Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it." And he said, "Yeah, I actually enjoyed it so much that I want to sponsor you to become a member of the International Brotherhood of Magicians." And at that point, I was like, "Whoa, like what is the International Brotherhood of Magicians?" And he went in his wallet, and he took out a little membership card. And he had been a member since the 1950s.
Wow.
Wow.
And it was really cool. And he used to perform. He had retired at that point, and he unfortunately suffered a stroke, so he wasn't able to perform anymore. But he had a real passion for magic, and so he sponsored me to get in. You have to have an already existing member say that you're qualified, and say that you're not going to reveal the secrets, and show that you actually are a magician, you work hard, and want to further the art form. So he signed me up to get in, and I had to send in some information, and they accepted me. So I've been a member since 2008.
Sweet.
Wow, congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really cool. It's awesome. It's such a good organization. The Brotherhood of Magicians is so close, and it's just a really great organization to be part of.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So sadly, this is our last question, but what advice do you have for teen entrepreneurs or others who want to go into the entertainment business?
The biggest piece of advice I could give you is that you have to work hard each and every day, and you can't get discouraged. There's been times where I've tried to perform at different venues or get booked in or learn something new, and I just wasn't experienced enough to get that, or they would tell me I wasn't good enough, or that I wasn't old enough, or I didn't have the right kind of fit. And when you're learning and when you're growing, you're going to be going through a lot of phases where you kind of have to find who you are and what you want to become. And so when you deal with other people and they don't see eye to eye, and that you have to deal with rejection, it can really hurt. But if you work hard every day and you try and improve, and you get over that and you think positively, then I think you're really able to overcome any of those when And the reason that I do what I do is because my motto is that just like with magic, anything is possible. And if you asked me when I was 13 if I'd be where I am at today, I would have told you that's impossible. But just by working hard and overcoming adversity, you can really work towards getting what you want and becoming who you want to be. So just don't let anybody tell you can't do something, and just put all your effort into it and have a passion for it. And I think anyone, whether they're an entrepreneur or they're in entertainment or they're in anything, even if it's just for a hobby, they'll be successful and they'll be happy.
That's great advice. Thank you so much for taking out time in your busy schedule to talk with us. We wish you the best of luck with your career and your college success, and I'm sure we will be hearing lots of great things from you in the future. So
yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
So be sure to check out Rylan on Twitter and YouTube at RyGuyMagic, and visit his website at RyGuyMagic.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at iaam and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can find all this info more in the description box below. Join us next time for I Am Your Living Room, featuring some of the newest and upcoming teens and young adults like you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.